YouTube Nation, I'm Sam here again with A Bear and a Bee Books, and today I am finally, I know, 2 colds later, lots of excuses, but like I said before, it's not the book's fault. So today I want to talk about my top quick reads of 2018. And last year I did a category for short story collections, which I actually really enjoy, and I read a bunch in 2017. But last year I didn't actually get too many or any. I read most of one, but I did read a bunch of short stories during the Christmas season and some graphic novels and manga and things like that. So I wanted to share some of that with you today. So the first one I've actually been dying to show you because I haven't really seen much of it on BookTube, and that's called Taproot. And this is by Keezy Young. It says it's a story about a gardener and a ghost, and that's exactly what this is. This actually appealed to me because I absolutely love this color palette. Blues and greens, I find them so calming and so beautiful. It really sets the tone for the book. The art is stunning, and this is probably one of my favorite graphic novels I've ever read. This is a love story between a ghost and a young man, and it's just so beautiful. I've thought about this one many times after reading it and thought about going back to it. If anyone's read this one and you know of other ones that are in a similar vein to this, definitely let me know. It's basically about this gardener here, and he's going about his daily life, and he has a close friend that's a ghost, and of course it turns out to be more than friendship. There's some action towards the end of it and some kind of like life-altering choices to make, and how those choices are influenced by our emotions and how they're influenced by how we feel about other people. And there are some other ghosts in this, some wonderful side characters that I thoroughly enjoyed. And of course, this young man, he can see ghosts, and that ability eventually gets him into some trouble. And this is an LGBT romance. I really enjoyed it. The story is beautiful. The artistry is beautiful, and I wish I could find more like this. So if you know of any, let a girl know. Next is another graphic novel or graphic novel series. This is Monstress, and this is by Marie Lu and Sana Takeda, and I absolutely love this. This is a lot more gritty than the other one. Definitely a little bit more mature themes. It's very dark. It talks a lot about the monster within and blackouts and things like that, and how to deal with that. There's also a lot of undercurrent kind of theming, like different types of racism, and there's some conflict between different species in this, and they're treated differently. There's definitely, you can see the pullings of good versus evil. It seems that everybody is after her. They either want to control her or use her in some way, but she does come across some wonderful people along the way that help her on her quest. So this is really just about inner struggles and a quest, good versus evil. If any of that sounds good to you, definitely check this out. Like I said, the art is a little dark, but it's really quite beautiful. I really enjoyed this one, and I'm excited to continue with this series. Next is Christmas at Red Butte, and this is by L.M. Montgomery. I absolutely love this. It's a really short story. It won't take you too long to get into, but during the holiday season, I really enjoyed reading it. It definitely shows about sacrifice and how good things can come from sacrifice. It highlights, you know, the things that are really important, especially around the holiday season. And it's just a really beautiful story about family and giving and coming home. Next is Christmas at Thompson Hall by Anthony Trollope, and this one had me laughing out loud. The humor in this one is absolutely my humor. I thoroughly enjoyed it. This was the first Trollope I had ever finished. I have since finished Rachel Ray and did enjoy it, and I'm looking forward to reading other books of his. This is basically a story about there's a husband and wife, and they usually spend Christmas the way the husband wants to, which is like abroad. And the wife wants to go home to her family home this year, which is kind of a big old English home. And the whole family is going to be there. And basically her brother's like, if you don't come, then you're not one of us, kind of thing. And so anyway, so it's about her trying to convince her husband to go home for the holidays. And they they get stuck in this hotel. I believe it's in France. And she gets into all kinds of things in the middle of the night. There's all kinds of like mistaken identity and sneaking around at night and trying to obtain things, and it's thoroughly enjoyable. Like I said, I was laughing out loud. I found it really hilarious. It's a nice novella, quick and easy to get through, and then that way you can see if you enjoy Trollope's writing style, which I apparently do. But, and then of course at the end it comes full circle. It was a really enjoyable novella, and it definitely has propelled me to pick up more of Trollope. It just reminds you of that time right before the holidays where everybody's trying to get what they need to get, and everybody's trying to get everything they need to get, and everything is kind of coming together, and people kind of get a little crazy. But yeah, because you know, the date is the date, and you can't be there the next day because it doesn't count. But anyway, thoroughly enjoyed it, highly recommend. So those were in these two beauties here that I have, and the others I read on one of my subscription services for ebooks and audiobooks, and I hope you've enjoyed. If you liked what you had to see here on my channel, please go ahead and click the subscribe button down below. It would certainly make my day. And if you've read any of these types of books that you think I should check out, please let me know down below. I would love to hear. I've got my Goodreads, my Twitter down below. Please feel free to follow and friend me if you'd like to, and I really appreciate you being here with me today. Farewell for now. Bye-bye. It's a lovely story. Check it out if you haven't yet. I highly recommend.
I highly recommend it.
I highly recommend it.